Hello guys, welcome back to the Brutal Investor channel. I hope you guys are having a fantastic day today. In this episode, we're going to talk about yet another project that recently got listed on Coinbase, and this project is called the Moss Carbon Credit or the MCO2 token, right? Again, as always guys, I highly recommend you guys to do your own research in any other project you on our channel. And for this project, I recommend you guys to go to their websites moss.earth and mco2token.moss.earth.com. So it seems like they have two different websites, so please use both these websites to do your own research. And for the purpose of this video, we're gonna only rely on the information present on CoinMarketCap's page for this token and some information presented from their websites. But this is only going to be a peripheral analysis, which means you need to do your own in-depth research before you put your hard-earned money on this token, right? So what is Moss Carbon Credit? Moss aims to promote the preservation of the environment through a market solution which includes democratization and development of the carbon credit market through MCO2 tokens. In order to make this happen, Moss buys carbon credits from high quality environmental projects in the Amazon forest, projects that emit, certify and sell credits and that avoid or capture CO2 emissions to the atmosphere. Moss allows companies and individuals to buy these credits on its 100% digital platform, making a historically complex process simple and transparent using blockchain. So what Moss aims to do is basically to promote, it enables the preservation of environment using market solutions, right? And it mainly includes multiple different strategies that they're trying to use, and some of which includes democratization of the carbon credit system and development of carbon credit market through MCO2 tokens. So they're using MCO2 tokens to democratize and develop carbon credit markets, right? So in order to enable this kind of change to happen, Moss basically purchases carbon credits from high quality environmental projects in the Amazon forest. So they seek high quality environmental projects in the Amazon rainforest and they purchase carbon credits from them, and basically that avoids or captures CO2 emissions in order to prevent it from reaching the atmosphere, right? So they're basically trying to purchase carbon credits from high quality projects in order to facilitate this process. And they also allow companies and individuals in order to purchase carbon credits from their 100% decentralized and kind of like a digital platform. And this basically makes a some of the most complex process very simple for individuals and companies, and allows things to be tracked through the blockchain technology, right? So that's the main kind of gist of this project and what they're trying to do. The credits are certified by global institutions such as VCS standard, social carbon and CCB standards, which gives them credibility and guarantees that the emission of 1 ton of carbon equivalent was avoided in a certain year. So again, this is a this project basically enables credits that they're basically purchasing from these high quality projects to be certified by global institutions, and these institutions include VCS standard, social carbon and CCB standards, and kind of gives credibility to what they're trying to do and guarantees that the emission of 1 ton of carbon equivalent is avoided in certain years. So they try to focus on always avoiding carbon emissions through their various means, right? And moreover, the carbon credits are blockchain encrypted to ensure that there are no duplicate sales. So since it's all tracked within the blockchain, there is no real double spending of carbon credits. So you can't necessarily falsify or scam people because it's all fully in the blockchain and anyone can verify the transactions, right? Buyers can use the credits to neutralize their carbon footprint. So if you are a corporation or a company that's trying to buy carbon credits. You can use these carbon credits from the Moss platform in order to neutralize your carbon footprint for your company or corporation or whatever, right? So that's basically one of the many means by which they operate. Moss's mission is to combat climate change and preserve the Amazon forest. So that's their main mission. They want to combat climate change and want to preserve the Amazon rainforest through their means, through their platform, right? In just 1 year since it was founded, Moss has traded more than 1.3 million carbon credits and indirectly preserved 1 million hectare of the Amazon forest, equivalent to the size of Lebanon. So some of the biggest achievements that they've done so far is, in 1 year, in just 1 year, they've basically again, in 1 year since they've been founded, right? It's not just any year, it's a year after they've been formed. They've basically traded more than 1.3 million carbon credits. So that's a huge amount, and they've indirectly preserved 1 million hectare of Amazon rainforest, which is pretty cool. And this is roughly the size of the Middle Eastern country of Lebanon, which is an impressive feat to achieve in 1 year, right? So you can definitely see that they have a huge potential for their project. In 2020, we completed a seed round and are now closing or completing a Series A round with several of the most prestigious C-level company owners and sustainability authorities in Brazil, and managed to secure carbon contracts for the next 4 years. So they are definitely like expanding their carbon contracts for the next 4 years, and they've also managed to complete a seed round in 2020, which basically includes Series A round with most prestigious C-level company owners and sustainability authorities in Brazil, working with them to make this happen, right? We have also conducted the largest digital asset listing in LATAM history and have created liquidity mining to boost Uniswap liquidity. So this is an ERC20 token. The MCO2 token is an ERC20 token which runs on the Ethereum blockchain, and they have conducted one of the largest digital asset listing, and have also created liquidity on Uniswap for their token. So it's kind of interesting to see if they'll be expanding to other chains as well. But that's kind of a quick overview of what Moss as well as the MCO2 token does, even though they haven't really spoken a lot about the functionalities of MCO2. So let's go to their website to see what other information it has. So again, since it's on a mobile phone, there is some distortion of their website, but if you see, they have a pretty cool website. We make it easy and safe to preserve the planet. So that's basically their main goal. Moss offsetting examples, GOL plus Moss. So GOL is Brazil's largest airline with 20 million passengers per year and has the world's 5th largest Boeing fleet. So this is the company that's working closely with Moss right now in order to prevent carbon emissions in the future, right? So you can click the offset now button if you're a corporation or a company that wants to work with Moss in order to prevent any form of carbon emission and thereby be a green company. So this is kind of like how their app or DApp works, and you do have information present in Brazil, Portuguese as well. So that's pretty interesting. So Celo is a global payment system on blockchain. So they are working closely with Celo, which is also a very interesting project. And another project that they're working with is One River Asset Management, which is one of the largest asset managers in the world. So they are definitely getting a lot of traction here, right? So I like this symbol here about the Amazon rainforest. We are a climate tech company. So they're basically a climate tech company and mainly focuses on climate while also enabling businesses to use sustainable resources, right? So here's a snippet of how they are a tech company, and some of the solutions that they offer is for you. Our routine impacts the planet daily. Our transportation, food consumption, and energy use all emit greenhouse gases and contribute to global warming. Do your part by offsetting your carbon footprint. So if you want to as an individual, if you're not a corporation as well, you can still as an individual contribute to the carbon offset by being a part of this platform. And if you want to do that, you can click the offset now button here in order to learn more about this, right? And for you, this, if you're a business owner or a corporation, as I mentioned, you can join Moss by clicking on this join Moss now button. Amazon Forest NFTs, so they do have NFTs as well. So we have tokenized governance and economic rights to small forest areas into NFTs. You can now buy an Amazon NFT through Moss and protect your own piece of the forest. So you can do it digitally by purchasing actual locations of the Amazon rainforest and trying to reduce the carbon footprint, right? So you can learn more about that by clicking on the learn more button here. And now we go to the token, which is the MCO2 token. We have incorporated carbon credits into the MCO2 token, listed on some of the largest global exchanges. So you can clearly see that they're trying to make a big impact by listing on multiple exchanges as they can, and clients that are changing the world with Mars. So these are some of the clients that we already seen before, and they also have numerous other clients as well who are working closely with them and making a change to the environment, right? So when it comes to where does the money for carbon credits go, so they are explaining that here. So they are basically listing out where the money goes. It goes to prevention of native forests, which is again deforestation prevention, or RED plus, which is one of the main areas that they're targeting. Reforestation and natural regeneration, credits generated by carbon sequestration, and that's pretty much it, right? So these are some of the locations where their funding goes or their money goes. This is Project Santa Maria, which you can read more about. It's a pretty interesting project, and here are some of the beautiful wildlife of the Amazon rainforest. If in case you want to understand or become a part of this, you can learn more about this one here, right? Apart from that, they have the social media information at the bottom, I believe, and they're also spoken about in multiple different news articles and outlets. They have certificates that you can also see as well, and these are some of the partners that they're working with, right? And here are the social media information. You have the information present in English, Spanish, and Portuguese. So I highly recommend you guys should do your own research by going through the website, which is a pretty cool website. They are talking about a lot of things which you can definitely gain a lot of knowledge to, even if you don't plan to invest in this project. I think their project will definitely inspire many people to do the same, right? So let's look at their second website, which is the MCO2 token.moss.earth. So this is again a project. This is basically a different website of their platform, and they talk more about the MCO2 token and how it helps. You can read more about that here, and here are some of the information that they present about how their project is changing the world. What is the MCO2 token? So this is the token, and one MCO2 token is always equal to one carbon credit, right? So this is going to be definitely an interesting read for most people, including their white paper, which I highly recommend you guys to read through. We are the world's largest environmental platform, and their main mission is to combat climate change and preserve the planet. And you can basically buy these tokens from some of the exchanges that have listed this token, including Coinbase, right? So MCO2 is a ERC20 token, and burning one token of Moss platform equals offsetting 1 ton of CO2 footprint, right? So they do burn their token, and that represents offsetting 1 ton of CO2 footprint, which is going to definitely be a good thing for people who genuinely want to make a change in this planet. And it's also going to benefit people who are going to be investors who want to invest in this project in order to get some good gains, because they are going to burn their token, which is going to increase the price per token significantly, right? So 1 million hectares covered by 15 times the size, 1 million hectares conserved, and 15 times the size of New York City. So this is something that they are priding themselves in, and they have other information as well. And if you see, they're audited by Certic and Perkins Cole. And here is one of their images of their platform on their mobile phone app. And if you want to buy this token, you can basically buy it from Gemini, Uniswap, and Coinbase. And I believe Binance listing is also coming pretty soon. You can also buy this token from Mercado Bitcoin in Brazil, right? So apart from that, it's pretty much the same information from their other site, but overall there's a lot of good information that you can read from the websites, and you can also understand whether this project is something that's good for an investment perspective, or is it an emotional is it an emotional thing, or is it just an investment, or is it just a short term gains thing. You can decide that for yourself, right? So going back to the coin market cap page for this token is currently ranked 2893rd on coin market cap, and it is basically trading at $12.88 at the time I'm making this video, with about 25.87% decrease in the past 24 hours, right? Again, that's a significant decrease. It seems like after the Coinbase listing, the token has done its pump, and now it's kind of in the dumping stage, which is pretty much typical for any project, right? And when it comes to market cap, we don't really have that information yet, so neither does Coinbase, not Coinbase, Coin Market Cap nor CoinGecko have that information, and therefore it's going to be very hard to predict how far this project will grow. But it seems like since it is a 2000 rank or 2800, close to 3000 ranking on coin market cap, I think this token is probably less than $10 million in market cap, which is definitely plausible. And I think the max supply of this token is quite limited, and this is one of the reasons why the token is obviously valued extremely high. And also, since they're going to be burning their tokens, this token is only going to get deflationary, which is definitely going to be a good investment for people who want to just invest in this project, right? And there's no other information here, so let's skip through the charts itself. So if you go to the charts, you can clearly see that this token has been dumping recently, but it had a good pump after the Coinbase listing. But the token was initially worth $16.86 as of March of this year, and this token had steadily declined since then, reaching an all-time lows of about $5.70 or 65 cents. This was during mid-July this year, and then after reaching that all-time lows, this token started rallying back upwards, making its peak price point, the first peak price point of $15.37, which is still lower than its previous all-time high, but it kind of crashed again, reaching $9.73, and then pumping up again to a price point of close to $16, close to $16 per token, and then it's been dumping since then, and then it reached a relative low points of $9.48, and then after that this token is kind of like in the it reached an all-time high immediately after the Coinbase announcement, reaching $18 per token, and now it's kind of declining to $12.88 per token. So it seems like this token hasn't necessarily made a new ballistic all-time high, which means you need to be very careful, because this token could not necessarily go back to its previous all-time highs if this is the trend that this token is making, right? Because it seems like this token is definitely not considered as a worthy investment, and therefore people are dumping this. And if you had bought this token at the all-time lows of $5 and whatever cents it was, I think if you had bought it at that price point, you probably would be sitting in a really significant gain right now. But at this price point, I wouldn't really recommend you to buy this token. I would probably suggest you to wait, because this token can probably go below the $10, $9 mark. If it breaks below the $10 mark, it's a good buy opportunity, which means you need to definitely look into this project as soon as possible, right? If in case you want to buy this token. But I think this project is something that will definitely pump after it has crossed the $10 to $9 range. I think it will start pumping back up again, but I don't think it will ever reach the new all-time highs anytime soon, because of how this token is panning out and how people are seeing this token as an unworthy investment, right? But if you take a look at the Bitcoin comparative, this token obviously has a relative highs of about I believe 29,000 satoshis per token initially. It went down, reached a relative lows of about 20,000 satoshis per token. It made a new all-time high, reaching I think this is definitely not all-time high, but it's kind of like pumping back up to a price point of 27,000 satoshis per token, and then it reached a relative lows of about 14,000 satoshis per token before making a rally back upwards, reaching 30,000 satoshis, and then going back down. And then due to the Coinbase announcement, this token went up to 37,000 satoshis per token, but now it's kind of like close to 27,000 satoshis per token, right? I think this token is definitely a good buy opportunity if it breaks below the 25,000 mark. and that's a good a good indication that this token is definitely going to rebound afterwards. But again, just like in the dollar comparative, I don't think in the Bitcoin comparative as well, this token will make any new all-time highs anytime soon, right? Unless we get a lot of traction. So when it comes to markets itself, obviously this token is available on Coinbase and Gemini, and you can also buy it from Uniswap as well. But I definitely expect this token to be listed on Binance pretty soon, which is definitely coming. And when Binance lists this token, I think this token is going to be reaching new all-time highs of close to 15 to 16 cents, $16 per token before coming back down, and then maybe stabilizing somewhere between $12 to $13 or $12 to $14 per token in the mid to long term perspective, right? But depending on how well this project is, how quickly this project is going to be received by several corporations or individuals, I think this project is definitely going to be a good project to invest in for the long term, which is again 3 to 5 years from now, where I can definitely see this token crossing the $20 per token mark, which will be a really good token investment. But I think compared to several other projects, I don't think this project would make multiple excess. Maybe the best it will do probably is $20 to $25 in the next 5 to 10 years time, right? But again, sorry, 5 to 7 years time from now. But when it comes to the long-term potential, I think this project is going to be a good long-term potential for the foreseeable future, as long as it continues to innovate and does creative things like this, right? Again, this is just my verdict, guys, not financial advice. Please do your own research before you put your money on this token, right? Again, remember, guys, you guys are not regular investors, you guys are brutal investors, so stay brutal. Thank you very much for watching my video, guys. If you like my video, please hit the like button and subscribe for more videos. See you in my next video. Bye.